Now, in this reading, we're looking at Scorpio in a broken relationship. We're calling it the open-ended romance, where one person is embodied in the relationship and another person has other ideas. They're pursuing other things, other relationships. Sometimes it's pornography. We're getting into some seriously deep, emotionally fueled subjects, and some of the topics have been really of a more serious nature, especially for my water signs. Seriously emotional things going on here. But my Scorpios, yay! You guys are coming out of it, because the focus for this month, we have the Ten of Wands and the Messageres. So some of you who have left a relationship are on the road to recovery, because if you're going through a divorce, you're getting the news that that burden is about to be put down. It's about to be left alone so that you can walk a clear, free, open path in front of you. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Yes. So let's get into the reading. First, we have the Four of Wands with Melancholia. So, yeah, some of you have already moved on. Just know that if you are just in the process of starting this, these are the things that you're going to have to look forward to. Now, the Four of Wands and Melancholia talk about being in that happy place. Maybe some of you have recently moved on. Maybe you're living alone, and sometimes the nights are a little lonely. And, without that person there to even say goodnight to, sometimes it can get a little lonely. You can sit and think about times of the past and things that have gone by, but you're in a much better, much happier place. So with this, I'm going to say some of my Scorpios are feeling a little bit lonely, but you're getting over the hurdle, because where you're living, your foundation feels more secure. It's a happier place. We've got next to it the Knave of Cups and the Tears. So it's all kind of new to you. Meeting new people, inviting new relationships into your life. And I get it. I'm newly separated too, guys. There are lonely times, and the tears are there sometimes. Sometimes it feels like, the tears will never stop. The tears are stopping, because the Knave of Chalices brings that hope of something new, something a lot more promising coming to you. Can talk about somebody younger too, but maybe not. Maybe it talks about, because that would be like Milk Money young. That would be, asking the paper boy out for drinks. It's not like that. This is, unless your paper boy is over 30 and looks good, while he's delivering the news. Maybe, but I digress. The Knave of Cups brings the news that something new, something happier, something more fulfilling is coming. So it's time to, okay, crying is good. Cry all you want to, but don't do it out of fear or out of sadness. Do it for the joyful things that are coming your way, Scorpio. Next to it, the King of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, rather, with the Lamante. A energetic young air sign, maybe, but somebody with positive words. A clear form of communication. Somebody is not going to hold back, apparently, professing his feelings for you. Next to the Knave of Cups, I can say that maybe we're pretty secure that this is someone not milk money young, but still younger. Possibly an air sign, what have we got? Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe. But possibly even just a more mature person, but with young energy, young spirit. Clear, someone who is clearer with their thinking. I'm hearing clearer than your ex. So whatever you left, whoever this new person coming in is, they're going to be much clearer thinking. And we're here with Lamante, so you're going to feel a positive sense of love. There's going to be a positive energy of new love, possible, hopeful beginnings, much better outlook. Now, the next card that comes in line 2, at the beginning of line 2 for you, and I'm trying to place, I don't know if this is sequential, if it's all going to fall into line by how it happens, but I think the energies are going to be familiar. If you've come out of something recently and now you may be in a new home and you're working hard to provide for yourself, but it feels good. It's real positive energy because right at the focus, it talks about self-love. It talks about you being in love with yourself, having a new relationship for yourself. Maybe you were in a position where you were with a slightly abusive or an energy that maybe was very difficult to communicate with. But the communication comes more openly now. And maybe this is this newfound self-love. Because with Amore and the Knight of Wands is a guy who's really self-assured. He's got, and the word is bugging me lately, but passion. But he's got a desire. He's got a drive. He's got a will. And I really think this is my Scorpios coming out of a bad place and stepping into a new, more healthy place. A place where, yes, you're working hard, but there's fruitful abundance developing there within this newfound place for Scorpio. And next to that, with this passionate Knight of Wands and the sense of love, and, it can be the arrow of love coming at you blindly, or you shooting somebody else. Maybe it's a young Sagittarius. God help some of you. I know young Sagittarius energy. Oh God, if you've fallen in love with a Sagittarius, oh, good luck, good luck. Only saying that because they can be a real bag full of surprise. Anyway, moving on. With the love, I think there's affection there. So guys, beware if you're dealing with a younger fire sign. Otherwise, it's you. And enjoying your creativity, embodying the things that you desire, all focused on love and appreciation. And you have gratitude for your new place in life. You're not afraid to say it either. Thank you for my new place in life. Now, that was a personal thank you from me. Now, we have the Seven of Wands. Although you may have had some resistance from a person or two, they let you know it. They told you what they were thinking, because next to this is the letterato. This is somebody who thinks about thinks about shit, and then they say it. So if someone has met you on this new road to desire with any kind of resistance, This guy, he thought about it. He said what he needed to. You caught the energy and you have the upper hand. You are sitting in a prime position, a position that is overwhelmingly over and above anybody else you might be dealing with who may be giving you some crap about your moving on, maybe moving around, maybe moving away from somebody who was a little bit deceptive in their day-to-day, or just someone who you couldn't get along with for the life of you. There was something there that you just couldn't get along with this person. But you had the upper hand. Communication comes from this person. If it's resistance of any kind, you know how to defend yourself and you're going to happily do it. Now, we move on to the 10 of Pentacles and the Conversazione. The 10 of Pentacles talks about abundance. Abundances of all good things. It can talk about inheritance. Maybe that's what all of the conversations are about. But we have gatherings around tables, around bars, groups of friends, maybe calculating a way to earn money as a group. Start a GoFundMe account for a group. But I see, and I can't say exactly what a group of friends is putting together, but I see a large group of friends or family members joining together as a unit to come up with a way to make money. Maybe this is you meeting up with a stock club or meeting a group of people that have the same goals, the same ideals, joining a workforce community that sees things the way that you do, idealistically. So you're working in groups, you're figuring out, maybe with friends, with partnerships. I see some of you thinking about new ways of developing money, of creating your own finance. It's part of the path that you're walking now as an independent person. Now, we have the Death card, the ending and the beginning, and we both know, and it's here twice. It also came out in the James Van Praagh Soul's Journey cards. Now, this is a necessary ending. It may have happened slowly. Tells me some of you are coming out of a divorce, but you're coming out better. You're coming out of a separation, but you're coming out better. You're coming out of something that maybe had put you in a bit of a struggle, but you're coming out better. Positive messages coming of that transformative action coming your way. And the 8 of Cups says, yes, you may have had to leave someone behind emotionally. But La Vecchia or Vecchia, some people say Vecchia. Okay, so we're going to go with La Vecchia Signora. She says, we will always be friends, even though you've walked away from someone. On that kind of an emotional level, this old wise woman says that, you know what, sometimes the best divorces are the ones where the partners remain friends, whether you do it for the children in your life, whether you do it simply for your own sake. It feels like there's always going to be affection, but a relationship that could no longer go on the way it was. So change came. Change is coming. 2 people who possibly will remain friends until they're old and gray. But there is a definite need to walk away from the situation. James Van Praagh, Soul's Journey, says the exact same thing as the Death card. His definition is, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings, like I said. You're coming out of a period of time that needed to come to an end. It may have taken a long time to get there. And you may be beyond a time when you even ever considered dating again. If you're like my age and single again, like I am, you may be at a point where you're thinking, I'd have to be out of my mind to try dating again. Don't close that door. Michael just said it. I heard you. I'm not listening to that for myself, but for you guys, it's definitely a possibility. Look at this. It's definitely a possibility. Now, oh, great. We pulled Goddess Guidance, and instead of one flipping over, of course, two flipped over for Scorpio. One for each pincher. Now, first, we have Pele. Talks about divine passion. What did I tell you? Be honest with yourself. What's in your heart's true desire? Is it divine passion? I don't know. But the possibility for you is there. Even if you have closed the door on that possibility, it may not be so impossible after all. We also have Kuan Yin. Talks about compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and the light that is within everyone. Saying open yourself up to all of life's possibilities. And for a partner who may have strayed or may have gone wrong, it's been a long road. Maybe it's time to leave that path lighter. Leave that path lighter. Because you can still remain good friends with someone. But for one couple or two, or maybe many, it is a certain end to a relationship, but with a guaranteed friendship at the end of that road.